right. Meeting is January 8th, 5:30 p.m. If we could do a call to order, Madam Clerk.
Chair Turgerman is absent. Vice Chair Jacobson.
Here.
Board Member Singer. Is
Here.
your mic on?
Yeah, here.
Okay. Board Member Gonzalez is absent. Board Member Carp.
Here.
Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. All right. Like to welcome everyone. Thank you. We have our Lily is here on behalf of the attorneys. Evening. And Frank, Cindy, and Irina is here on behalf of the town. All right. Moving right along. Agenda and order of business. Does anyone have any changes to the agenda tonight?
Through the chair, yes, I believe the plastic fishermen will not be able to make it today before 7, and we may have a shorter meeting, so perhaps we should defer that one to the next meeting.
All right. So is there a motion? We have a motion to defer.
I second.
You have to make. You want to make the motion?
Oh,
I can't make the motion.
motion to defer. What's the name?
7B.
70.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right. Any other changes? And moving right along, Town Commission liaison report. We do not have the mayor here right now. So moving on to public comments. Is there any public comments? I've not received any cards. Public comment is open. Public comment is closed. All right. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting?
I will. I motion to approve the minutes.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right. Next up is resort tax collection and vacancy report. Frank.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. The numbers that I provided for this month's report cover May through September. So we wanted to look at the performance versus last year as well as the previous year. And we're doing well on the food and beverage side. We are up 3.7% versus 2021. Excuse me, that last column should be 2021. And then 1.2% over last year, so just slightly up. We are, however, down in the accommodation side, so we're looking at a 6.3 decrease year over year, and then 1.7 versus 2021. So just something to be mindful of. Of course, we know that, well, this is not captured here, but currently we know that the Marriott, the Residence Inn, is undergoing some renovations, so right now they are not open for guests. I do believe they will be opening by the end of the month. But again, this was through September, so I'm hopeful that once we have newer numbers, we'll see that we have caught up in the, or, bridge the gap, if you will, sometime during the high season. In terms of new openings, I don't think we have anything new since the last meeting. Just in recent months, we have had a handful of openings, and we have helped those stores promote well.
Did we have a better job on the collections since last time? I don't think the report's here.
Oh, good question.
I don't have the full printed report. I can get that for you later, Vice Chair. But right now, the numbers were collected through September. I did create this report based on the full resort tax, and there were still a lot of outstanding payments for October. That's why I didn't include anything, including October. I stopped in September because there were still payments missing.
Okay. Perfect. Anybody have questions for Frank? Moving right along. Our mayor is here. If the mayor would like to give us a town commission liaison report. With a microphone.
I don't think no. Not a lot to report. Just again, excited to look forward to some of the new programming down, especially on 93rd Street. So that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All right, classic car show. Chair Eli Turgerman. Frank, do we have something to show for this, or should we push this until he comes back? Or Alan's here.
We do have the presentation and proposal, so it's up to you all if you want to wait for the chair, or I believe this was going to be proposed for February 18th, so if we do want to keep that date, we probably would have to hear it today.
Okay, let's hear it.
Happy New Year, everyone. Alan Anti, 9341 Collins Avenue. Yeah. So this would be the fourth annual car show, and it's on 93rd Street. It's the same concept that we've done in the past. We've added a lot more activations and different sort of activities for kids to partake in the seeing the cars, and then obviously have them also have things to do while the event's going on. These were some of the images that we had last year. Obviously, the attendance is based on the weather, but last year the weather worked out well for us. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys see that. Okay, perfect. All the attendees get an award show, and then we usually do best of show to try to increase the attendees. We're gonna take away the classic cars and just call it the automobile Surfside automobile show, so we can invite all ages of the cars. See if we can maybe get some supercars. I spoke today with a classic antique motorcycle community. So obviously these are all their personal vehicles, so weather is a big key factor in it, but moving into February worked out pretty well for us last year. We did include this as an add-on that we personally took care of, which was the race car activity, and then we'll obviously have all the other activities for the kids. So that's the event. And then the only available date for the producer that we've been using was February 18th, which was the same weekend we did last year. So just to kind of keep things consistent, we recommend with that date.
Great. Couple questions. Where with budget for this? We've already
I believe
budgeted.
it was
Through the chair, we did include this event it does have its own line item in the budget. It was tentatively approved during the budget process. So 17,000, I believe, is.
And that was enough to cover. Was there food on this one?
we
Or
included this event actually was one of the few events that we actually purchased food from the different suppliers, but if you wanted us to revert to the light bites and allocate the $1,000, which we've done to the other events, swap it out where it would be more of the typical food supplies that we've done in the past.
so I guess we'll open it up to fellow board members. Do we want to have food? Because I think the last they had like what was it? One of those station trucks or something that they were selling food or something.
We had a truck station. We had a dessert where you could dip items. There was a hot dog station. I honestly, I'd prefer to keep the food in-house, and then I can use the partners that we've been using. That was something that we did in conjunction with the co-producer of the car shows. So it's really up to the town how we handle it. I think there's enough restaurants open that we could utilize our local partners, which would always be the preference.
Then maybe just add like some light bites or something on top of that. Keep
Yeah,
the original
absolutely.
and just have some, maybe not as heavily done as we done for other events, but just something. Like, what would you need to, have some pass arounds or something?
I'll have enough in the budget if you want to just make sure that I have full coverage. The addition that we usually get allocated would help out.
How much is that?
I think it was 1,000.
1,000. All right. And are you guys okay with adding 1,000 for light bites?
Yeah, fine.
I am.
All right. And then I guess the only question I had was, obviously I have younger kids and they like to go, in the cars. And sometimes some of the guys will be okay with it, some of them are not. Is there any sort of thing we can do, have a car wash person, someone that would make them feel more comfortable with letting kids?
I'm definitely open to asking it. These are personal cars, and it's
Yeah.
always the risk of this event where that's the one thing I can't guarantee is who's going to show up. And there are people in particular, but I'm happy to speak to a dealer that maybe we can get them to supply a car or a supercar. I'm sure there might be some exposure there that they'd want to bring a model out and then let the kids sit in, but it's definitely a good idea. I'll look into it.
Awesome. You guys have any questions?
I do have a question. Is there anything we can do in the promotion thing? Meaning we have a month, right?
Yeah,
5 weeks.
We advertise it hard, and obviously there's a lot of car clubs that already exist. So the community we spoke to today with the antique bikes, if it gets approved, I can let you know today, and she'll reach out to all of her contacts. So it's really kind of that grassroots collective where everything kind of needs to align, that they have the day available, the weather works, and then the incentives we bring and that we've created draw out more than what you normally would if it's just a car show. So we're obviously going to keep that in play. And then the awards help out as well. It's some kind of bragging rights.
And what about the hotels? Well, there's one hotel that's not working right now, but hotels, social media.
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely have reached out, and we have all the concierges, and we also go to the actual condominium. So whoever has a car, I know that we've had locals bring their cars in Surfside. So word gets out. It's just as long as the weather works, they'll come.
Well, I think not just the cars, but also, we want to bring people in the Surfside.
I'm more concerned more about the people, not only the cars, but
Oh, right.
making sure that tourists know in the hotels
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Nextdoor is there, that social media is there.
Well, we do the social media. We collaborate with Frank, and then once we get the assets, then we pass that out and we bring them out and disperse it throughout the different buildings and hotels.
Yes, just through the chair to quickly add on to the promotion. Once we have this event scheduled, we'll stop by the hotels. We will visit with them. I'm actually meeting with the Grand Beach tomorrow during lunchtime. So we're going to tell them about all the new events coming up. We always make sure we connect with their concierges. I think if we diversify the event a little bit more and add whether it's motorcycles or different types of exotic vehicles, all of that will help make the event more successful because, as Alan mentioned, there is a lot of culture within those groups, and they will cross-promote to each other. So hopefully that will help us get a bigger turnout overall, not just participants.
Awesome. So can I entertain a motion to approve with the extra $1,000 for food?
I make a motion to approve the extra 1,000.
I second.
Want to call a roll? Madam Clerk?
Board Member Carp,
Yes.
Board Member Singer,
Yes.
Vice Chair Jacobson,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You
All right. Thank you, Alan. We skipped 7B, so we're on to 7C, the Mentalist Show Live Mind Magic.
Hello, Noemi Lopez and Bruce Orals with ACT Productions at 407 Lincoln Road, Suite 10J, Miami Beach, Florida 339.
Can you state your name again and speak a little bit clearer?
Noemi Lopez and Bruce Orals with ACT Productions, 407 Lincoln Road, Suite 10J, Miami Beach, Florida 33139. All right, so we're presenting you guys today with Guy Balvi. He is a master of the mind. He's been on different shows like NBC, Telemundo, Fox, Univision, Bravo. He started out from his young teenage years and he blows your mind. I can't really describe how it feels, but the moment you're seeing what he's doing on stage, I just can't describe it besides you're mind blown because he's doing different acts and different showcases. He'll guess a number that you're thinking that you never knew. There was this one performance where we saw that he guessed someone's ex's name and it was like really creepy. But just in the sense of a perspective for kids and parents and adults, it's all around and everyone can be able to participate. He always calls people from the crowd. So in this presentation, we'll just show you a little bit about his layout and what will be needed in order to do this event. So a little table of contents, a little bit about us. I know we've worked with you guys before. And so ideally this would be at the 93rd Street and the town parking lot area. This would be a 45-minute to 60-minute performance, depending on how long you guys want to do it for. The blue picture that's in the corner, that's usually more or less of his layout, where you have an LED screen or some kind of flyer in the background so you can see what he's actively doing. Because if we're planning on doing this from 200 to 300 guests, we would need some coverage so the people in the back that are sitting can also see what's happening, because sometimes he'll do like the spoon that he bends, and you can't see that if you're not in the front row. So just having this screen that you would be able to see from the back. And then after the show, we'll have a meet and greet with Guy, so that way people can take pictures, showcase on social media, and have content that they met with the Surfside team and the residents and the guests of the tourism. And then we'll also have some kind of arts and crafts where kids can do their own little mastermind logo, so they can take pictures, have food vendors, of course, having kosher friendly light bites, hydration station, just because it's always Florida, so it's always hot. And then these are just more images about the layout. So the corner is more or less some arts and craft item that they could do, or they can, I don't know if you guys seen it back in the past where they used to do video and they would put an image on each one and you would flip the little book and they would make the motion. We would do some kind of an idea like that for the kids. And then the one in the corner with the lady, that is the backdrop that we would use for the meet and greet. And moving along, this would be the site plan. So ideally, this would be on the street so we can have placement for 200 to 300 chairs. And he would be performing on a stage. We'll have in the parking lot area the food vendors and the water station, along with the arts and crafts. I know you hate it, but we'll do the street closure. And I know I shared an updated version with you, Frank, with the budget line. So we basically added another slide, and that included the estimate of what it would include with the guy's performance fee, his tent, the PA sound system, stage, lighting, the theater flats to create the 8x15 wall, the TV screens, the arts and crafts activities, water station, food vendors, tents, tables, chairs, sandbags, and then our project management staff. And we came to a total of 46,237. This is all based on how many people you're expecting. Right now, we put an estimate of 300 guests. If we make a smaller stage, that is up to what the board decides to do. But this is based on a stage that's 16 by 16 by 2 with stairs on each side. We're open to feedback because Guy is very flexible, and we've been pitching Surfside to him for a very long time. So he's very excited and would love to work with you guys. So if we need to bring down the size or change it up, or maybe you have some feedback on maybe not using a stage and doing some kind of different layout, he's very open on being able to showcase that. Or if there's maybe an indoors that we could do so then we can avoid the cost of the stage and the tent, then that is also a possible choice. Did you have any?
Well, I'd like to just add, first of all, thank you, Mayor and Commissioners, for allowing us to make this presentation. But I think what Guy does is it brings kind of a very unique experience to the community. And it's not a common occurrence down here. Actually, it's very rare anywhere around Miami Beach, Surfside, or Sunny Isles where you see these kind of, call it mentor magical moments. So we just think it's a unique, interesting opportunity for you guys to consider. And thanks for everything you do, Frank, and working with the team so closely.
So when do you envision this event taking place?
I think that's really a consideration for you all. I know you've got a fairly busy agenda. The nice thing about this is it could be done in the evening, one evening, a Thursday night, a Wednesday night, whenever you feel. It doesn't have to, it's not limited to when. It doesn't have to be a weekend. It's whatever appeals most to your community activity.
And just more context on that, Guy just booked a venue in Fort Lauderdale for a year. So he has a contract to be in Florida for that long. So ideally within that year time span. So till the end of the year.
It's not local. Where does he live?
Is it LA?
Yeah, he lives out west, but he's doing shows in Lauderdale.
The question around timing is because we need to do it at night, right? Because of this.
That would be a
and-
preferable time, because if you do it
Right.
at dusk, then it's okay, because you're looking at an LED screen that you want good illumination, and, if you're going to spend the money on it, make it impactful.
And also, just to add on to that, the chairs that we place for the audience, they don't have any coverage. So if the guests are sitting there, they would be in the heat. So if anything, the afternoon while the sun is setting, that way you can still have some
Right.
daytime/nighttime. So when he already is performing, you have that LED lights to enhance the show.
From the total budget you mentioned today, how much money comes to the for the stage? Like, if we decide to do a smaller stage.
So just for the stage that I have here, the 16 by 16, that's 2,400. The biggest thing here is Guy's fee to do the performance, and as well as the sound system. That's at 5,000.
Okay.
And that's including all of the mics.
Yeah, I mean, we've never. I mean, have we done an event this pricey before? I mean, we've done 25. We do this pretty often, but
Well, not a single event. I mean, we've done, obviously a bigger series. We did recently approve the Taste of Surfside, which has a similar price tag. Very different event, though. But this would be probably one of the most expensive. However, it's a renowned entertainer, so to some extent, I understand.
so you're thinking like a Sunday night or something, like bring the whole family, and then
I
something
mean,
like that.
what I like about this show is I think it has a lot of appeal to a hotel guest. Essentially, you could save X amount of tickets per hotel and kind of, let the concierge know. And it's, think of it as a hotel guest. It's almost like you have like this show right next door, almost right on property that is world class and that is a big enhancement to your vacation. To be able to sign up for free with your family and just walk a block or two over and have this experience. I think that's very different to other events that we may have offered in the past. However, as I said, it is pricey. So, for your
How do the tickets work?
they would be free tickets. So we would probably put them up for reservation through Eventbrite. So each person could register, and again, we could potentially decide to allocate X amount for the hotels to make sure they have a chance to sign up as well.
And walk-ins could come through, or would they have?
Depends on. I would assume something like this would sell out. So there might be. Eventbrite does work through a waiting list system. So if somebody doesn't show, they might be able to get in through the wait list.
And you could have some standing room that we would create. So if somebody wanted to come and experience it for 20 minutes and then walk away, that would be fine as well.
I assume the whole arts and crafts area is open. There's no seating for that. The arts and crafts area, that whole thing is open. Anybody can walk in. There's no ticket limitations to that area.
Ideally, the Eventbrite would serve a purpose of the 300 seats, so you have a confirmed chair to sit at. But if you're just walking along 93rd Street and planning on going to the beach and you see a random tent, you just want to pop in for 5 minutes and you get curious, they're able to walk around the area and just look at what's happening, but also have the opportunity to participate with the food vendors as well as the arts and crafts section.
Rain, what do you do for rain?
For rain?
We would have to have an alternate date, Plan B. But that's what you do for rain.
Because the only thing covered right now would be the stage, and everything else is open air.
And do you have to have a certain time when the rain date would take effect? Like one event we did had to be canceled, if they canceled in the morning, that was it.
Yeah, we would work around that, and we will come up with and advise the talent, to advise Guy that, hey, in the event of rain, we're going to have to postpone, and we'll work with you to try to come up with an alternate date or multiple dates.
Frank, what's March MOTB?
Music on the beach.
That's music on the beach. Okay.
So and just to clarify, yeah, if you could please refer to the calendar I put in front of you, it'll just help us schedule this one potentially if it's approved, but also the block party. Just because we have a lot of events coming up, and I want to make sure you guys are happy with the schedule. I did look at the Jewish holidays and I made note of some. Ben, I can also help us out there, but I think for the most part we're pretty
pretty
much
s-
in the clear of those.
We're pretty safe until Passover.
When is Mardi Gras? That could be a nice tie-in.
Typically, I believe it's in February, Mardi Gras, time late February.
Let me look.
So February, we've already got January. There's no way it's going to happen.
Tuesday, February, oh no, that's 24.
I mean, I would probably aim for like a Sunday in March on this one, just looking at the schedule, maybe the 17th or something like that.
Tuesday, February 3rd,
Tuesday, February.
36 days. Because then they could make little masks, hats.
That we already got the car show, music on the beach, and a third Thursday.
February.
February's packed. I think
Oh.
we gotta move to. I think we gotta move to March.
March, sure,
Would have been cool though.
yeah.
I mean, well, first off, do we like the
Forum,
idea?
I did go with. Oh,
Forum?
when's Forum?
March 23rd or 24th.
Purim, I believe, starts the day of our March 3rd Thursday. I believe I remember that it's that day. 21st, I think I looked at it earlier.
There's also a lot going on Purim. I'm not sure I want to add another item to that. Well, first off, are we okay with doing an event at $46,000? That'll be more of a performance event than our traditional hangout and have a good time events.
I love the idea of the event. I'm concerned about the budget, to be honest. I love the idea. Yes, we should definitely do it, but 50K on one event sounds like
A lot.
yes.
What do you think you can scale this down to if we want to get this thing off the ground? Like, what's a reasonable number?
We'll take a look at the budget and kind of see what we can do to massage it a bit and help you get to a more, I guess, economical number.
Well,
What's your ceiling? How low does it need to go, I guess, so we're not spinning wheels on your side or our side?
I would guess that we need to keep an average, right? Like most of the events are around 20K. I wouldn't say you have to do 20K, but when a 50K budget is double of any other of the events we are doing,
Well, the music on the beat, not the music on the third Thursdays are 25,
Those are 24 and a half.
24 and a half. So I don't know if they get somewhere like high 30s, low 40.
Yeah. I mean, try to review and do your best. But if
Okay.
there's any other alternative, we can get other sponsors or things that.
What projected dates would you have?
I mean, I think March is where we're at. It's probably based on the evening and probably to be a Sunday night. So you're looking at like March 17th.
March 17?
Yeah, would that work?
Good.
I think that date's St. Patrick's. Are you guys okay? Like in terms of the community, would that be a good turnout day?
As long as you have beer there.
Green Bay.
Green beer, right? It's got to be green. We got to.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue. It'll be fun. We could, just like we do with Mardi Gras, theme it into, theme it in as part of that.
On Sunday, March 10, we're going to be changing the time.
That's going to get later.
So if we do it at night, it's going to be late, right?
When's sundown?
The March 10.
Sundown, March 17th. 7:30 p.m. is sundown. So if you have an event,
That's fine. That's fine because you could start it at 6:30, or 6-ish, warm it up, get people excited about what's coming.
yeah, if we could start at around 6, that should capture a lot of people.
Yep.
Good. All right. So I guess what do we do?
To the chair, should we just work internally and come back at the February meeting with an updated pitch, and we'll talk behind the scenes, see what we can.
Yeah, I think everyone likes it. It's just about getting the budget a little bit more in order, and we have a date. Now we've kind of works, and let's just try to roll with it.
March 17th.
March 17th, yeah. All right,
Okay.
awesome. All right, next topic. We've got block parties.
Okay, so the next topic, this would be about the block party events. Let me get this. Oh, I have to scroll. Okay. Table of contents, a little bit about us. So for the first block party, we would do, well, ideally we would want to do each block party with a different theme. So it could be different for the residents and the tourists. The first one would be about the jazz night on 93rd Street by the town parking lot area. This would be with a jazz band entertainment, so we can have some food vendors all related to jazz, have some coloring station for kids. So we could have an entire band do a live performance, give that nice ambience into the street so we can showcase these vibes. And then the second one would be more of a guitar battle. So we would get a band that would come and participate with the residents where we can do pros and amateurs just to do a little competition to see who does the best one. We can do little giveaways that are all Rockstar related, and that way like a little backdrop so we can take pictures with the kids. We'll have different instruments in terms of the guitars so they can all play like your regular guitar or your rock star theme. That way they can all have that kind of participation in this event. And then for the third block party, we would do something similar to the guitar one, but this one would be more oriented with the percussion. So we would have, I don't know if you guys seen the Blue Man Group, but how they're like banging on the colors and the different paints. So we would want to create that same ambience and have more of a DIY drum station for the kids that are sometimes shy to come onto the stage and participate, but we would just be making lots of chaos in this battle just to see who's the best one. And then for the block party number 4, it would be more of a Latin night where we would have some salsa dancing entertainment, Latin food, we will have a DJ, and we can do a maraca station for the kids and just have a night to dance where everyone can just be there and enjoy the night. And those are the 4 block party ideas that we have for this.
If I could add, I think one of the ideas behind each one of these events is to have a real participation by the community. So that if it's a battle of the guitars, there would be local involvement. We would invite, residents, hotel guests, whether they're professional or not. It would be an opportunity to sort of have the battle of the guitars. Same thing with the percussion. And with the dancing, we could have tango instruction, cha-cha, we could have all kinds of entertainment that connects the public with the professionals, one way or another. So every one of them has engagement and interactivity for both the community, guests of the hotels, and for whoever is going to put on the show.
Thoughts, Ezekiel? Yeah. David?
Are these scheduled yet or not yet? These have to be approved.
So this was going to probably go to the first Saturday of the months. We have that available starting on February 3rd.
Oh, I see.
And then kind of, although we may want to do it, I don't know.
Through the chair, very, very quickly.
Yeah, scheduling conflict.
Schedule is TBD. The only thing to be mindful of, these were, when we did Saturday block parties last year, they were on the first Saturday. Only issue with that would be for the first month, we had tentatively scheduled the Street Art Festival for February 4th, a Sunday. So I don't think they would be able to do this event on the 3rd and then the other one on the 4th. It would be too much back to back. So maybe that one we do the second Saturday and the rest of the first Saturdays. Or we move the Street Art Festival to later in March. So up. You all.
Thoughts? Our schedule here is looking very good.
This is also part of our current budget. We need to add budget to this.
We didn't budget for a Surfside under the stars, but we have plenty of money for it. So
We did this last year, this series of Saturday nights.
Yeah, but different
What's the budget from?
vendor.
the budget for this one is 24 and a half, the same
Same.
price as the third Thursday.
I like the, so far the first Saturdays, just move the street art because then the block isn't blocked up 2 days in a row.
Right.
Traffic. March, there's no conflict. April, there is there's a taste on. That's the only thing I was thinking.
Which one? The art one was, who's running that one?
February.
ACT as well will be the vendor for the street art festival. That's why they would
Yeah.
little
Yeah, to have
separation between the event.
So either we, I mean, it's kind of something nice about having like consistent. The third Thursday is the first Saturday. You know, we start moving it around. People don't know when to come and what to do.
At the same time, March is looking kind of busy, so we can do that. But then let me know when in March you think we could slide the street art festival, which I'm guessing could be the 3rd or the 24th. If we might potentially do the Mentalist on the 17th
Which one? Sorry, was that?
for the street art festival. If
Yep.
we don't do it in February and we move it over to March, as far as Sundays, I think we have the 3rd and the 24th available. As we have music on the beach on the 10th.
Third would be the same problem as we have now in January. So you'd run back into that back to back. So you're more looking.
Yeah, sorry.
You're more looking at the 24th
Yep.
or the 31st, Easter Sunday. Is there a conflict with that?
or maybe the 17th, right?
Well, if we're going to do, we already have music on the beach. Then if we do the Mentalist on the 17th,
Ah, right.
now we're 3 Sundays back to back. So maybe we spread it a little bit.
Good problem. Okay.
All right. So maybe we spread that down. Yeah. Maybe we move the art festival to the 31st
For
Okay.
Easter Sunday?
for Easter Sunday.
I-
No,
I
not
don't
good.
recommend that.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking before. I didn't know what the rules were. Otherwise, that gets us into April. Wow, we have a good schedule, guys. This is great.
How about the 24th? What was the issue with the 24th?
I mean, we'll have 3 weeks in a row. We'll have
Oh,
10th,
okay.
17th, and 24th, which isn't the worst thing. But okay, let's do that then. 24th.
One's on the beach.
Music on the beach.
So that won't block up the street.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do the festival on the 24th and do the first Saturdays. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Chair.
Yep.
So consensus is to hold this event on March 24th.
So this is a
No,
4-event
move-
series, and this event will take.
Move the street art festival. Street
Right.
art festival.
So- All right.
So the first one would be on February 3rd, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And the second one would be on the 2nd of March.
March 2nd, yep.
And then now you have 2 events on the 6th and 7th of April.
Yes, but they're not the same vendor. So, although
it's
they
the
would be
same-
big events back.
Yeah.
So we could also move. I guess we'd have to move Taste of Surfside.
To the 21st.
We haven't locked that one in yet, so I mean.
That still
was
flies.
the
When's Passover?
Alan, but
That's a good question.
Passover I think is in May.
Really? Wow. First night of Passover
No, that's
is
April.
April 23rd.
April 23rd.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a lot of people traveling starting, and then also the schools are off, and
So if you move the Taste of Surfside to the 21st, then everybody could be involved because Passover still continues to the 28th. So
Correct.
yeah,
Through the chair, I'm just looking at Alan. I don't think 21st. Great date.
Oh, yeah, they're out that whole week, they're out. So we'd have,
21st? So,
here we go. Why don't we move Taste to the 14th and move Music on the Beach to the 21st? Or to the 28th? I mean, well, then you got the same Passover issue. Well, we don't have a printed calendar for that one, so.
We don't. Okay, yeah, but I think the only thing that's in the calendar for May right now, I'll check Music on the Beach. I mean, I know we have Third Thursday, and I think that's it. Music on the Beach is May 12th. Third Thursday, that Thursday is the 16th. So we've got events on the 12th and the 16th, and the rest of the month is free.
That's in May?
May, yes.
Because otherwise, I think every single week we've got something going on almost weekly, which is
so
amazing.
which one are we moving? The Taste of Surfside.
Potential.
Essentially. Unless we bring it forward. We like the idea of doing Taste on a Sunday, right? That was the.
Taste of Surfside?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the only other week is February 25th for Taste.
I think May would be a good idea. You know, that way
It's also-
holidays would be back to back with the 6th and
Which one? Oh, okay, there. You go. Wow, it's every.
However, through the chair, I don't know that the run walk would really impact us. I mean, it's a sporting event early morning, so I think
Yeah, but I think also that we wanted to get Taste a little bit. The reason we pushed Taste farther along into March was we wanted to have the restaurants start to get a little bit emptier.
yes.
And if we do it in February, January, it was a disaster. So May's probably a better time frame for the restaurants as well, Alan? Yeah, if we could do, yeah, I think, because I think it'll work better for the event also to go out to May at that point. Right, early May, early May. Okay. So I think we need to have a motion because that's a lot of stuff that just happened. Yeah. All right, well,
So we have all 4 block parties right now. First Saturdays. May 2, February, so that,
These 4 block parties February through May, so that they are timed evenly with the third Thursdays, except for that January.
so do you want to someone make a motion to approve and move the move the
Okay, motion to approve the Saturday block party events. And what do we need to move?
so we are Street Art Festival, where do we move it to now?
To early Street Art Festival was
Street Art Festival
Right.
to March 24th.
And then also to move Taste of Surfside to May.
And move Taste of Surfside to May TBD.
I second.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Right. And you got that were approved the block parties, right? That was in the motion? Or was that not in there?
Evelyn.
You want me to read them?
Make a motion to approve the block
The
parties.
only thing I heard
Yeah, it is.
was block parties, street art festival to March 24th, 2024, and Taste of Surfside to May.
You're good.
Okay, we're good. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to
Thank
seeing
you so
you.
much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
everyone.
All right. Moving
Thank
right
you, Alan.
Board member comments. Anything? David?
Who sponsored the Saturday Madness?
So that was organized independently by some business owners. I think the business owner from all the shops have took on the leading role. Hopefully it went okay for them. You know, we pushed it out and helped them promote it a lot. Saturday weather wasn't the best, so that my only thinking is maybe they got unlucky with the weather, but if it's something that they can do again, you know, on a nicer weather day, I think it could be successful. And it was cool to see them take that initiative and, you know, put it together, and we're happy to amplify that.
Yeah, it looked good. They had, well, a lot of police presence, and Patsala was there just in case. So I thought that was a good sign. There were a lot of people walking. They invited people into the stores, the jewelry stores, the clothing stores. There was a couple grand openings. They didn't have as many little tidbits of samples we're all used to, but it was very.
Yeah. And I believe that some of the stores have little pop-ups that they're doing. So we're in the process of getting more information on those, and we'll advertise those pop-ups to the community. Check them out.
All right. Can we get a motion to approve the next meeting?
I don't need a motion.
Nope. Okay. Can we get it? Everyone good with that? Next meeting, February 5th. Moving on, can we get a motion to adjourn? Or let's keep going for 4 more hours. Why not?
Let's not. David, are you trying to say?
I ma-
David's trying. David
Make
made
the motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
All right. We sign it. What? Oh, I have to sign this. Wait, this is not my name.